I went out and just bought a brand new snowmobile. This is actually one of the cheapest snowmobiles you can buy, full-size snowmobile anyways. This is a 2026 Ski-Doo MXZ 600 EFI Sport. Now, we're gonna check it out, try it out, see how it goes. To me, it's a pretty good looking sled for the money, but you know, looks are subjective also. So now I said one of the cheapest ones. Polaris, this is obviously a Ski-Doo brand, so Polaris does make a similar priced full-size sled, which is a Polaris Indy 550. Now this is a 600, so I think you get a little bit more value for your money with the Ski-Doo, but we're gonna test that out, and maybe we can actually compare this to the Polaris here one of these days. But anyways, let's get it unloaded, check it out, listen to it, try it out, dig in a little further. I want to see what's going on under the hood here, check out all the suspension. We'll just go over the whole machine because it's a brand new sled for this year. 2026, they revised the MXZ Sport. This is a Gen 5. It's a nice looking sled. Is it a nice riding sled? I don't know. We're going to find that out. Let's go ahead. Let's go ahead, hop up, get it fired up, unstrapped. Okay. Let's go ahead. Now, one thing you may see is this actually has a key. Almost every Ski-Doo, I don't know what year they started that, but like even, I know as old as, I don't know, even 04, I think, had the desk key, a little bit different, but these ones they cheaped out and they went with a key, which is fine with me. So we'll just stick that in there, kill switch up, turn that on, fires right out. As you can see, brake in. We got 0.2 miles on the dash. Not sure if they put those on there or if it was put on up in the air, not sure. Definitely getting the oil. However, you know, it's on break-in mode, so it makes sense. It's actually pretty quiet, in my opinion. All right. Let's get this thing unloaded so we can check it out. Probably should have left the parking brake on. I know, I gotta do something different, but this works for now. A little bit more. That. We'll just pull it off. Here she is. Put her in reverse. I think on this model, you hit the key again. Now she's in reverse. Sounds pretty decent. Hit that start button again. Puts it in forward. I haven't drove this yet. It feels pretty snappy, honestly. It just feels like it revs pretty quick. What the heck is that? This thing does not have a turbo. It kind of sounds like it does. Hear that little whistle? I don't know if that's something with the intake or what. Pretty cool though. Alright. Feels different. We're gonna take this thing on a test ride, but we'll look it over first. I don't want to leave the idling too long. It's still in break-in mode. You never like to, you know, idle them for a long period of time. Even though it does have 0.2 miles, so maybe they already technically broke in the engine. Still though. I don't know what that is. Strange. Could be wrong, but I think I might have just broke my foot. I got an outdoor wood stove over there, and all the wood, some of the wood's outside the woodshed, because I got it filled plus more. I went to kick some chunks of frozen wood, ice, and might be broken, I don't know. Doesn't feel great. Anyways, let's go ahead. I want to pull the panels off to see, like I said, under the hood of this thing. So I'm not going to look anything up. I've never dealt with the Gen 5. I've never driven a Gen 5 Ski-Doo before, but I can see you pop off these, and then kind of similar to all the Ski-Doos, you just slide it up and they pop off. So we'll set this aside. Oh, that does hurt. And then we'll, same thing, pop that off, open that up, set that aside. Now as far as this, I don't know if you need any tools to get under it. I was hoping not, but it kind of looks like you do. That kind of sucks. It's like just a piece of protection from the exhaust. I mean, it doesn't look horrible, but you definitely, it looks like you have to remove some fasteners. I'm not going to remove them right now, but I will pull the clutch guard off here, and we can check out the heart of this beast. Now, this is not a 600 E-Tech engine. So if we look in here, this is what they call the 600 Rotax EFI engine. Very basic engine. It does have EFI, so it has electronic fuel injection. If you look in the front of that, now every E-Tech is going to have power valves, and this has no power valves, no exhaust valves up front. And then same thing, the E-Tech has direct injection right on top of the engine. This, as you can see, does not. Now if I come over to my wife's 850 E-Tech, the 850 and the 600 are similar. This has got an extra clip right there. Can't see much. Let's come on this side. Pop that up, up, and up. Still can't see much. Pop that out. All right, in here, as you can see, you can't see as much in here. Right on top here, these are the injection system. Now, right on top of the cylinder head. So you can't see the spark plugs. The spark plugs are actually tilted to the side there. And I can't even get up into to show you the power valves. But, all right, so I got the camera snuck in there. So you can see the injection system on the top. And then down there you have your power valves. 1 and 2, one on each cylinder. So as I was saying, much more busy under the hood of an E-Tech. This engine's certainly been out for a few years, the 600 EFI. I tried it in the Gen 4. I think that was a 2021 maybe, somewhere in there. So they've had it at least since 2021. Maybe before that, I don't know off the top of my head. But very basic engine. Now when I tried it on the Gen 4, it was very noisy. It reminded me of an older engine, like much older. Of course, no power valves. But honestly, I kind of liked that part of it. It was kind of neat. It reminded me of driving an old sled, much newer chassis. So now with Gen 4, Now with Gen 5, that they remodeled this thing for 2026, they upgraded a few things. For one, they redesigned the exhaust system to make it quieter, apparently, and to reduce vibration. They also added a fourth engine mount to make it more rigid and probably reduce vibration. And the only other thing that I know of that they did to this engine is instead of a mechanical oil pump now, they have an electronic oil pump, which all the E-Techs are using electronic oil pumps. They seem to be pretty reliable, so it shouldn't hurt the dependability of this thing. Now, I would think this thing would be very dependable with how basic things are on it. It has a P-drive primary clutch, has a QRS secondary clutch. This thing does not make 125 horse or 130 horse like the E-Tech 600. This is actually an 85 horsepower class sled, so much lower, but I think 85 horsepower can still get you moving. We'll find out how she goes. Let's go ahead and fire it up. Comes to life. We got LED lights on this. I'm not sure if, I wouldn't think that's how this is supposed to be. I would think they're both supposed to work. Let me click on the high beam. Now they're both working. Maybe that's how it is. I don't know. I'll have to look it up in the book. Doesn't seem right. So for basic stuff on this, we get the Pilot 5.7 skis with a 4-inch carbide. With the 2026 MXZ Sport, you can either choose a 129-inch track or a 137. This is a 129. Hi. So whether you choose the 129 or the 137, it comes with Ripsaw 1.25 track, 1.25 by 15, and then either 129 or 137 length. The front end of this Gen 5 Sport is now the RASX motion controlled twin tube shocks, 9.3 inches of travel. In the back, you do not get the R motion with this. You get the SC5M with KYB 36 shock, 9.6 inches of travel back here. This thing should ride pretty good. I thought I was going to be able to dive in a little further, but I don't feel like pulling those off right now. Actually going to add a couple things to this. Yeah, we don't have a lower lock on this one. You know what I almost forgot? Almost forgot the shield. Now I said this is the cheapest brand new full-size sled you can buy in 2026, which is true, or one of the cheapest, but it's still not cheap. This thing still, MSRP on it is $10,200, $10,199 to be exact for the 129. If you want the 137, it adds $200 to the price tag, so $10,399. But I will say, I bought this in Colebrook, New Hampshire. Lemieux's Garage. Good bunch of guys there, for sure. I wanted to come look at one. They had one in the showroom. I told them, you know, I may come down tomorrow. And, you know, he said no problem. Unfortunately, I never put a deposit. I never actually confirmed that I was coming. So I got there the next day. A guy showed up out of the blue and bought this one and a 137, and that was all they had for the sports. But he was talking to me. He said, you know, I'll get one in from another dealer if you still want it. And I said, yes, I'll still buy it from you guys if you can get it in from the dealer. So about a week later, they got it in, they got it together, and we did the paperwork. I went and got it, today, and I gotta try this thing out.
All right, well, we're gonna try it out. As you can see, I got a couple of tag-alongs. Wife's working right now at the hospital, so I can't wait any longer. I gotta go. And you guys want to go, right, Hazley? Want to go for a ride on the snowmobile? All right. What, baby? Get up there. Need some help? There we go. Whoa! Eddie! Still hear that turbo. All right, here we go. And we're off. Here we go. Shortcut. Whoa. This thing wants to boogie. What do you think, Hazley? Uh-oh, the little one is not having fun. Probably can't see. Boom. That better? You want to drive?
No.
Put your arms up there. Shortcut. Where's the shortcut? Oh, now we're talking. This has got a little tiny seat on it. I'm gonna have to take this thing for a ride by myself here, but yeah, a little tiny seat. It really needs a bigger one. Like my wife, so Gen 4 and Gen 5, the seats are interchangeable. My wife's 850, the seat would pop right on this thing, and you'd have a bigger seat. Same thing, we got that 2-up seat as well. You can't see anything. Poor baby. Yeah, probably a little cold for you. All right. Hold on, kiddos. Ready? Woo! Not much of a windshield on this, a little more than the 850. Yeah. Okay. Hazley's having fun. Ava is not having as much fun. We'll turn that. All right, 1 and 2. I think we're a little happier playing in the snow, huh? Did you like the snowmobile?
I did.
You did?
I did. And then
I'm not sure if you did.
you just
Huh?
know how to put sticks and know how to make a deep hole.
Yeah. Oh,
Gotta take a picture of the snow.
I took a picture of it. Is that a snowball?
Mm-hmm.
What are you gonna do with it?
You just throw it.
Whoa.
I think you think you're funny.
Yeah.
Yeah. I can build snowman.
You can build a snowman. Yeah. All right. Well, that was short-lived, but we can give her a run now. All right. So the seat, like I said, is super small, but same as the Gen 4, it actually surprised me on comfort. It's not bad. I think I like the XRS seat better, or the X seat. This thing feels pretty good. I mean, barely touching it and doing 27 miles an hour. We got 3/4 of a mile, I guess, on it so far. Not much, but we're getting there. I'm just gonna bomb around here with it. Trails, oh yeah, hidden log under there. Hit the reverse. So this has RER. It's reverse. I don't know what it stands for, but basically any of the new two-strokes, your engines are going to spin backwards when you put them in reverse. They stop and then quickly start back up the opposite way. So this suspension is set up very soft. I can feel, of course, that XRS I was driving was super stiff. So maybe that's why. And it's got a super soft seat. This thing sounds pretty good. Honestly, I like the sound of these engines better than the E-Techs. Mainly, the E-Techs are just so quiet. I mean, don't get me wrong, they're a super refined, quiet, clean running engine. But just something about these engines, you know, it sounds like it has more muscle than it does. And don't get me wrong, this thing feels pretty good for 85 horse. Might not seem like a lot. It's literally half half the horsepower of my wife's new 850 she got. But it's plenty of power for the trails. We're not going trail speed yet. 23. We need some more snow. No studs on this one. Just a 1.25 ice ripper track. Not ice ripper track. What is this thing? I don't even remember what I just said. So I can feel the suspension. Of course, this is bumpy. I'm not bottoming out though. And I mean, we're cruising along here a little bit. 30 miles an hour. See, I would bottom out on a lot of the older sleds right there with that kind of speed and bump. I'm telling you, this feels better than you would expect. As far as power wise, ready to boogie. Oh yeah. Trails aren't open yet. Hopefully soon. Hopefully we'll pick up some more snow. This has a very basic gauge right here. We have the speed, we have tack, speed stats, fuel stats, engine temp. Oh, so if I go to speed stat, what is this? Max, it says max 70 miles an hour. I don't think I've done 70, so maybe they did that while it was up in the air or something. Fuel stat. Oh, that's kind of cool. Tells you your fuel mileage, 5.1 miles per gallon. Hopefully we get better than that. We do have an engine temperature, 108 degrees. We also have the bars right here on the right, so that's kind of nice. I'm going to put it back to RPM, and we're going to go. As far as clutch engagement goes, actually not too bad. It seemed like it slammed in, but not bad at all. Pretty smooth. 33, somewhere around there. I want to take this thing on the trails. Like I said, we need some more snow, but I think I'm going to like this little thing. This winter I'm planning on, like I said, maybe doing some comparisons against a couple sleds. Honestly, a good engine to compare this to would probably be the 900 Ace Ski-Doo. That's about the same horsepower. I think it's around 90. That's a 4-stroke. This is a 2-stroke. I don't know if I mentioned that or not, but this is a twin-cylinder, liquid-cooled, 2-stroke engine with fuel injection. But we have no power valves or nothing like that. So I am surprised at the low-end power this has got. Like, it feels great. I don't know if it sacrifices on top, because the way the porting works, I mean, usually without the power valves you can't have it all. I mean, but it's only 85 horse, so I bet it tapers off quick on top. I don't know. I'm telling you, it feels better than some of the older 600s I've drove that claim to be 120 horse, 110, 120 horse. But everything's brand new. This thing's in braking mode, so I wouldn't think it's giving me full power yet. Ugh. Oh yeah, there we go. I'm barely touching the throttle. You know, there's definitely some open. It says we're doing 58. This thing is pretty quick. I'm impressed. Like, if you didn't tell me this, if I didn't know this was an 85 horsepower sled, I don't think I'd be able to tell the difference. I would think it's like any other 600 because it goes. As you can see, throttle's barely open. She just wants to move. 6,800 RPMs there. I'm not going to hold it wide open. Man, I just want to try this thing out now. I mean more than this. I mean on the trails, because I think we're going to have some fun with it. The styling, I think it looks like, I don't know, the yellow scheme and the black. It kind of reminds me of an old Ski-Doo TNT I used to have back in the day, like a 70s, mid 70s. Gotta get her broke in. Yeah, when it grabs, I mean, when we're spinning in the snow there, you can't tell, but she'll pick the front end up. I gotta get my wife on this thing because I bet she's gonna like it. I don't know. She likes her 850. But this thing is it feels like a lot lighter sled. It's a fun little sled. Wind her out a little bit. Like I said, not going full throttle here. It feels much faster than the Renegade 900. Now that's a 137 track, so that's why I had the choice to go 137, 129. I kind of felt like 85 horsepower sled, it's gonna have more power with the 129 track. I'll probably go that way. And also 129 is just, they're fun in the tight trails. 137's kind of hold you back a little bit, but just kind of curious. We're spinning, like I said, braking, but they hit 70 up on the thing, so let's see what we can do here. It's a little squirrely on the road. 73 on the gauge. If my GPS is working, we'll see what it says, but I'm not sure that it is. That's one thing that's fun about no studs, is, you know, you can blow it around. The only problem is you're not going to be able to pick it up in a wheelie on this stuff, you know. Maybe, but no, we're just spinning. I am more impressed with this than I thought I would be. Like, I tried that Gen 4, and I was pretty impressed with that one as well, but this seems way better. I don't know. Maybe it's just me, maybe it's... I have no idea. You could tell me I was on an 850 and I would say, hey, it feels pretty good. You get into deep snow, that's when you're going to lose the power. That's when you'll notice an 850 versus a 600 versus a 600 EFI, but it feels pretty good to me. And honestly, it sounds good, you know, two-stroke sound. One thing I think it needs that XRS seat or an X seat or whatever you want. They're all bigger than this thing, but I'm gonna take it easy a little bit on the break-in on this thing, but when it's broke in, I'm gonna take it for a real good ride on the trails. Like I said, this winter I'd like to. So that's a Gen 4, a Gen 5. That's actually what came before the Gen 4, I believe, right before it, the XS chassis. So XS, Gen 4, Gen 5. I don't know about that headlight. I gotta look into it. I forget to look at the book, but I'll do another video when I actually am able to take this thing on the trails and put some miles on it. Once it's broken, I'll do a top speed run. I'll see what she's getting for fuel mileage. It sounds good. Sitting there idling, it actually sounds like something else with kind of a can. Not when you rev it up. Just when it's idling, it's got that tinging sound. I don't know. It sounds good. I'm pretty happy with this thing so far. Like I said, quite a bit of money, but it's a brand new sled with a warranty. 10-2. And they treated me pretty well. It was 10-2 out the door. So I was happy with that. Yeah. Alright, well, anyways, hope you guys enjoyed this video. You guys will see this sled for sure. A couple of comparison videos, some other videos. And if you liked it, give me a thumbs up, comment. I'll catch you on the next one.